Alliance. He is the beast from Hollywood East, Michael the Hammer Mulligan.
Hey folks, Michael Hammer Mulligan here with Joe Cronin. What's up, Joe?
Not too much, Mike. How you doing, brother?
Hanging in there, man. Listen, so you had like a contest on your nickname. Did you come up with one?
Yeah, I think we decided on the Nightmare. That's what Greshy's been calling me
The Nightman.
the past year or so. So we're going to stick with that for now.
There you go. Greshy's a nightmare.
That's an understatement.
So we're here today. What do we got? September 14th?
September 14th, cage fighting extreme, jungle PLEX, fighting Steven Stangle, middleweight, $185. So midway through camp now, just getting ready, feeling good. So,
What's this guy like?
the only thing I know about Steve, he's probably 6'1", he's a lanky dude, he's got a lot of fights, kind of an upside-down record, but I know he's a tough kid. I think he fought at FAA for a while, not too sure what happened with that. Seen a couple of his fights online. I know he's fought some pretty tough dudes. He's got one pretty significant win over Mikey Zakelli.
Mikey's a good fighter?
Yeah, absolutely. Mikey's a really good fighter. Big kid, strong kid. Seems to have come a long way. Good friend of mine. All the respect to Mikey. But yeah, no, Steve seems like a pretty game opponent. I mean, it's my 4th pro fight. I feel like it's pretty fitting. So, Gary had offered it to me before. So I figure right about now is a perfect time to take it and, see where it goes. But I feel like I got it all day over him now. I mean, I'm training with Johnny Johnson and Banana and, Chip and Perry down there and, just some beasts. So
Tough bunch of guys.
absolutely. Top dudes in the Northeast. I mean, that's all there is right there, man.
So listen, you were training in the gym for a while. You were getting huge there. You going, how you doing now? Did you switch it up for this?
Yeah, I mean, I was up around like 215 pounds, 5'9", so it was making moving around kind of hard. I'm down to like 202 right now. Obviously, I got to make 185, 186. This past week, I swear, just this past hour ago when I just trained, cardio was definitely making a breakthrough this week. Starting to get rid of all that tense muscle, trying to strike with all that tense muscle and starting to become a little more limber and able to move around. My jiu-jitsu is, I'm not getting up out of bed every morning like with aches and pains. I'm like lifting 315 pounds the day before.
Oh, why'd you have a date? Sorry.
That's probably all my wife will let me date now is a big girl. So
Yeah.
anyways.
That's funny. So where were you now? You just coming from training?
I just came from training. Nice little 8 o'clock appointment this morning. Greshy was already up and around. Crazy bastard.
Yeah, he was probably fishing for 2 hours before that.
Yeah, exactly. Him and them crazy sideburns. But yeah, no, he had one of his older guys down there this morning. Guy's like 68. Mikey's been finding these guys. He's got my dad in there. My dad's 53. Working towards his blue belt. He had another guy down there. I think Dave. He's like 68 years old. I mean, he's working wonders with guys, working wonders with me. So, my hat's off to Mikey. He's like an uncle to me. But I see him every Sunday morning. We do a private lesson just to go over a few things, tweak a few things. So my dad came down, worked a little bit of jits with me this morning. So, got a nice little workout.
Nice. Well, I can't wait for this fight. We got who else is on the card there? What else we got for that night?
Number 2 heavyweight Giuliano Banana Coutinho. He just signed on a fight. What the hell's the kid's name? I can't even remember. Fought in the UFC. Josh Hendricks.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, he did, huh? Wow, that's a good one.
The up and coming future of MMA. Your son Shane. He's taking his 2nd amateur MMA fight. I'm very excited for that. He looked phenomenal, by the way, Mike. You should be a proud papa.
Yeah,
a couple weeks ago.
That was amazing.
So that's going to be really good. We have a lot of CCFA and Sityodtong guys in the house that night.
Yep.
Worth the price of admission alone. So, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Looking forward to Shane's fight. Looking forward to Banana's fight. Definitely looking forward to my fight.
Yeah. Well, if you had to choose one thing that you've been trying to change or grow, get better at in your MMA game, what would it be?
It's a couple different things, man. I'm so short and I fight at 185 pounds. I kind of look at guys like John Howard, who had a really good performance last night, and I look at guys who try to make their range.
Yeah.
I've had issues in the past with that. Working really hard towards that, but mainly my jiu-jitsu. I have 2 pro wins. I'm 4-2 overall in my MMA career.
Nice.
Every single fight
Is that pros and amateur?
That's pro and amateur.
Okay,
This will be my 7th MMA fight. You know, I've won every single fight on the ground with limited jiu-jitsu. So now, since I would say my last fight against Joe Palazzo for CES, back in December, I put the gi on.
Yeah.
Just about got my blue belt. I won't give away too many secrets. But just work my jiu-jitsu. Mikey puts me in a lot of tough positions. I just work off my back a lot of times. I feel like my jiu-jitsu has come, it's light years, done a complete, 180. So, let's go to the ground with it. I'm gonna, let's do it. You know what I mean? Striking.
You mentioned the John Howard thing last night. Did you pick up? I picked up on a comment that his coach was saying to him several times. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think John is obviously a phenomenal fighter, and he's got it all day on experience with me. But I noticed, you're too friendly. You know what I mean?
Oh, I hated that, Papa. Listen, the comment that I was thinking of was his coach was saying, keep your chin on his chest.
Yeah, keep your chin on his chest.
Means
exactly.
getting close. Staying close, and that's you. That's what you need to do as a
Exactly. Working with guys like Chip.
I didn't want to say short, but
well, it is what it is. 5'9"
exactly,
on a good day. So,
yep.
Working with guys like Chip who can just pick you apart at will. Even guys like Perry. Actually starting to work with these guys.
You got to work with Shaney, Perry, Chip, all those guys for this because they're that long. This. How tall is this kid?
Probably about 6'1".
Yeah.
From what I've seen of him, he's very very rangy.
Yeah.
I don't know. He doesn't have sit yaw tongue CCFA type striking like we all do. I mean, I'm not even concerned about that. But I look more not even towards like an MMA thing, more like Mike Tyson and just getting in there.
Always be concerned.
Well, you know what I mean. I'm not trying to.
I know.
Get above my pay grade here, but just being able to get in there and grind with dudes. But that's been one of my concerns. And yeah, I do remember that comment last night that Howard's corner was giving him. But I mean, he has phenomenal Muay Thai. I mean, he just.
Oh, them leg kicks was spinning him.
I mean, come on, man. Uriah Hall guys were crying themselves to sleep on the Ultimate Fighter thinking about fighting him, and Howard just goes in there, and I mean, he made it look easy. So
he did. Well, and the other thing too about the look at it's great to these two guys were chatting online, right? They were back and forth on Twitter, making all sorts of funny comments and stuff. It's like they got a little bromance going. You can like somebody and you can hug them up afterwards, whatever. But during the fight, you got to be there to fight. I mean, it's like we always talk about people that do it for the tap their gloves on the second round. It's never a good thing. Christian Moorcraft, when he went in with Struve, he was kicking the snot out of Struve the whole first round. He went in for the tap the gloves on the second round. As soon as he did, he got kicked, punched. Next thing you know, he's knocked out. So once the fight starts, you got to be in fight mode. You can't dance around, put your hands in the air, do all that stuff because you're not on the right track. No. You're sparring. You're not fighting at that point.
No, I agree. I mean, I get it. You're in your hometown. You're happy to be back in the UFC, but I just said it. You're back in the UFC. You want to last. If he had lost that fight, that's not a good way to do it. Lose in front of your hometown. We all know Uriah Hall's a dangerous dude when his head's on straight.
Right.
So, hats off to Howard. You got it all day on me, dude. But
well, listen, we're sitting there watching now. Shaney's fanatical about this stuff, so he's got his phone out, right? Smartphone. He's watching the Twitter, right? And Dana, what the F was that? What is this F and stuff? They get the high five of the ward. That's the stupidest thing I ever saw. So he was mad. So you get your foot in the door. You get your first fight back in the UFC after being out, and you don't respect the game. You're going to maybe not come back.
Yeah, exactly. He did win. That's good. Dana's got no reason to cut him. Well, hopefully.
Awesome fighter. Awesome fighter.
I mean,
he tooled the one guy that tooled everybody in the house like they were butter, except for one guy, which was I don't know how that happened on the show, and he beat him like nothing.
Yeah, he seems to be. He can be a head case. I mean, he's definitely when his head's on straight. I agree. He's definitely a competitor.
Who, Uriah?
Yeah. But I mean, Howard to take that fight. I mean, I know he's always in shape, but to take that fight on short notice like that against Uriah Hall, I mean, that's got to strike something in the minds of anybody. He came in there and just made it look effortless. So, like I said, my hat's off to John, dude.
Did you watch the fights?
I did watch the fights.
Did you see Turtle, Smokey, Reem in the doing the cut, man?
I did see him. I
think that's why Lazon lost, because they think maybe Turtle got something in his eyes or something.
No, I agree. I think Joey needs to come down to CCFA or maybe work a little Muay Thai and.
I'm not going to pick him apart. He's a great guy. No. I know you're not. That was my intro to I think A comment somebody said to me, and I don't know if it's true, is that they do boxing there. They don't really do Muay Thai there, and I don't know if that's true.
I would have to agree, yeah.
Because to me, that's an integral part of this game is the Muay Thai.
Yeah, and Michael Johnson, I mean, who the hell saw that coming? I mean,
dude, he was phenomenal.
He looked nasty last night.
Yeah, because you never know what's coming to the, and I made the comment to him. He said he ain't got the sit your tongue. I'm like, you're always worried because you never know what the other guy's bringing.
No.
You think he's sitting on the bar stool drinking schnapps or something, and he's out there training with animals. You can't take nothing away.
No, I agree.
All right, my friend. Well, it was good to have you down here.
Well, always a pleasure.
All right, Joe. Thanks for coming to another Fireside Chat with Michael and Mulligan.
All right, dude.
Folks, Michael Hammer Mulligan here with Michael Loco Lobe Grads. What's up, Michael?
Hammer, what's up, baby?
Another beautiful day in downtown Wareham, Buzzards Bay, Barn, wherever we are. Right. On the stretch, on the verge.
On the Cranberry Highway.
On the old dirt road. There ain't no speed limit for it.
No comment.
So what's up, man? What do we got going here? We got CFX.
CFX, September 14th. Giuliano Banana, Catino. Shane the Future Mulligan, and Joe the Nightmare Cronin.
The Nightmare.
He's a freaking nightmare. I love him.
Joe the Colon Cronin.
Yeah.
I got a million names for that one. He actually had a contest, folks. You'll see it either in the second half or you already saw it in the first half of the show. But he had a contest, and that's what they came up with, the Nightmare. Can we get something a little more original?
I like the Nightmare. It's good.
Yeah, all right. All right. Do they look nice?
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Well, we're here waiting for the guy to come and fix the cage because we've had so much girth and thickness in here lately. A ton of guys coming in, really, guys my size, and puts a lot of stress on the cage. So we got a guy coming in to do a little reinforcing. So tell me a little bit about Giuliano's last fight.
Well, he fought a very tough and game Eric Bedard, who, we didn't sleep on Eric. I knew Eric was a heavy-handed kid, and he had 8 fights. So he's a veteran, fought the best heavyweights around with knockout power. So we weren't taking this kid lightly.
Thank God, because he hung around. He hung around for 3 rounds.
And like I said, styles make the fights.
Yep.
Sometimes you got a kid like Banana, who can submit most people in the first round. You get a kid with a little awkward style, and just styles always make the fights, and Eric just happened to have that style. He hung in there. You got to give the kid, take your hat off to Eric.
How valuable is that for you? I mean, this kid knocked Banana on his keister. He knocked him down good. He got him with a shot. He knocked him down. Banana recovered. How valuable is that for a coach to see that and to be able to study that for 3 rounds?
On my point as a coach, it was an education. Right. 15 minutes, experience. You've seen that he could take a punch from a heavy-handed kid, get knocked on his ass, and come back and win the fight dominantly. And just to get those 15 minutes, that cage experience is huge. He hasn't been out of the first round, Banana.
Yeah, well, that was a phenomenal fight. That kid Eric did a great job. Banana came through. To me, it just shows that Banana does have heart. He does have rigidity. I mean, he made it through that.
Fighting spirit. I mean, a lot of guys took that punch. They might have not have got up, or they would have been groggy, or they just probably would have gave up. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I know, Banana had said afterwards that it was a really good shot, and fortunately this kid had a lot of respect for Banana's ground game. He is a black belt in jiu-jitsu, Pan Am champion, the whole shot, and this kid knew that. So this kid did not want to capitalize on the opportunity and jump on Banana, which was great because it gave him a chance to recover from the shot.
Right. Unfortunately for Eric, if he followed him down, there could have been a different game. I don't know. I would have my...
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. We got the W. Hats off to Eric Bedard. Banana's next opponent, September 14th, is a very highly touted opponent. And
he's a UFC guy, right?
He's a former UFC fighter. Josh Heavy Hendricks has fought around here a few times. He's got a lot of fights, a lot of experience, big guy, heavy hands, dangerous fight for Banana, but it's a stepping stone and to see where he is. And if he can't beat a guy like Josh Hendricks going to the next level, you know what I mean, it might not happen. I don't know.
And again, it's more experience for us to watch and to see what he can do. That's awesome. But Anna's come a long way in his game. I know Daniel was there, and he had a lot of great people in his corner. You, of course, and
Johnson,
Johnny Johnson.
Rod,
Yep, the whole crew.
Schultz, yep, everybody was there.
The whole crew.
Yep.
All right, who else we got? We got Cronin.
Got your son Shane's fighting another second amateur fight.
Yep.
We got a kid. His name's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember it. An independent fighter that's training with the team somewhere up on 495, so he could be training with, Rivera or US MMA.
That's the tough part. We don't have any information on this kid, which is unusual. The kid is an 0-0 fighter. He's never fought, so far as we know, as an amateur, pro, or anything like that. He's a tough kid. I've seen the pictures. He's in great shape. He's got some shoulders on him. It looks like he's been throwing a couple shots. So it's really hard for us to judge what to do with him.
Those are dangerous fights, Mike, because you don't know any information on the kid. You know what I mean? Sometimes people take the information off. Right. Fights or any kind of records in amateur boxing or wrestling. You got to really dig deep. So, we're preparing Shane for this fight like he's fighting
King Kong.
Someone in the top 10 in the amateur. I'm telling you, the kid, he's ready to go.
What did you learn? Now he just had a fight. Shane, he had his first fight. What did you learn from that fight?
As a coach, on my standpoint, I learned that Shane controlled himself with 1,200 people watching. He got slammed. The kid came across. The guy was a 25-year-old kid, tough kid, put together pretty good, had one win. Got slammed down, and then Shane, that's what he probably needed, and he came back. He withstood that initial onslaught, showed a lot of heart, showed some nice striking ability, showed that he can hang right in there, and in the second round finish, the kid wore him down. So it was a good fight for Shane. It was a good learning experience for him.
It's funny, too, because I've seen a lot of wrestling matches where Shane will be down in the first. He wasn't down. He was, they were back and forth, but he was down, and he'd actually punch himself in the head and then win the fight.
Yeah, he's got tenacity, and that's what Banana has. And most of the guys, the guys are trained out of this gym. You know what I mean? Including Joe Cronin and up-and-coming kids coming. The tough guys coming out.
Well, they say that, things like that. They say that in your body, you have a fighting spirit like you're talking about, and they said that you can't teach that. But I kind of think that if you hang around the guys that do have it kind of rubs off.
Well, either that or you're going to die.
You're going to die, but you're not going to look too good going home from the fight that night.
You might not hang around this gym. I mean, we're banging hard in here.
Yeah, it is. Well, that's the other thing, too. I mean, you got Chip, you got Perry, you got just a whole number. Banana, you got everybody in here. So I come in and I watch Shane train with some of the toughest guys in the Northeast on a regular basis getting ready for a fight.
And there's guys in here that don't even compete, that come in with judo experience, wrestlers, jiu-jitsu, boxing, that don't even compete in MMA, that are, that are guys behind the curtain that just come in and they train and they work. And, those guys are, just a benefit to the guys that are competing.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. There's a lot of great people here. And there's a lot of gyms like that out there. You got, it's different gyms you kind of can pick apart. I know Lazone's, they do a lot of boxing and a lot of grappling. I don't know that they do much Muay Thai over there. I think that South Shore, there are a lot of grappling. Not as much Muay Thai, would you say?
I'd say both schools are top schools. I mean, you got Joe's been in the UFC. Joey Proctor's been in the UFC. Danny Lazon's WSOF, who just won his first. He looked excellent.
When was this on?
I think that was like a couple months ago.
Oh, nice.
He had a real good fight in there, and then you got the South Shore guys. Always put a good show. You got a couple top gyms in this region. Lazon's, ourselves, South Shore. I just came from South Shore working with Bill and those guys, but. I think Lazon's more, they concentrate on the stand-up. We're kind of more of a Muay Thai gym on the stand-up.
Yep.
And jiu-jitsu, you know what I mean? But we're getting some good wrestlers in here, and we're also getting a lot of big guys, a lot of heavyweights coming in here. I got Christian Moorcraft back training with us.
Is he coming in the doors here?
He's training with us now.
Beautiful.
He's been back. We're trying to reinvent him to use his athleticism, which he's got a ton of it, to... hopefully make another run at the UFC for the kid. He's a young kid.
He's a great kid. He's young. That's the thing about this sport. You have a long life in this sport if you keep working at it,
He's a young kid, and he was, put into the UFC with Stefan Struve at over 30 fights. You know what I mean?
Well, bottom line is he wiped out everybody in Plymouth, and in the local fight scene, there was nobody here that can touch him. So he didn't have the opportunity to train like somebody like Shane or Joe Cronin or any of these guys can do. He just didn't have it.
I wish we could have brought some other guys in, and now you got guys like Mike Pulver and the Birchfields from CS. They'll bring other fighters in to fight these guys.
Right.
That's a great idea. You know what I mean? Good shows, and so we got a lot of good things. We got Rico DeSciulio on September 7th, also from City Yard Tong.
Beautiful. Now that's Bellator.
That's Bellator.
Beautiful, beautiful pro fight. First pro fight.
And like I said, don't sleep on his ground game. He's been working the jits with us and me and Banana, and he's probably one of the most heavy-handed 135ers in probably, I would even say, the country right now.
Wow. Well, folks, we went through a lot of stuff here. It's all happening. Most of it, except for that one, is happening on September 14th at the Jungleplex. For Shane, this is going to be his last fight until spring. We're going to take him off the books. We're going to send him to school, let him get an education. And then he's going to come here at night and he's going to learn, we're going to look at the fights that, this one coming up and the last one. Mikey's going to see what he can change in his fight when he needs to, what he needs to leave the same. Going to work on him for the winter and then put him back out there in the springtime, and we'll see what happens. But for now, September 14th at the Jungleplex, Banana, Cronin, Shane the Future. We got the punching bag, Jerry Spiegel fighting Travis Rader. Yep, so there's another good one. And there's a bunch of other ones on there that are going to be pretty good fights. So I look forward to seeing you there. Get a hold of me on Facebook. Mike,
thank you.
Thanks for doing this again. We're here at CCFA. We got the sign up there. We got Team Sit Yard Tong. We got Prime Athletics, Cape Cod Fighting Alliance, and Giuliano Catino's Daniel Gracie School in Hyannis. So thanks for coming to another Fireside Chat with Michael the Hammer Mulligan.
And in the blue corner, making his amateur debut,